Out goes the vertical.
Oreo really helped me when my oldest cat died.
Oh, yeah, she is beautiful. Don't...
If it wasn't for her, you know, she really helped me.
She did. And we got Oreo before the oldest cat went, so it wasn't like she was a replacement.
No,
she wasn't a replacement or anything like that.
No.
No.
She just sort of sensed my grief and was there.
It says that there's an excellent connection to the vertical stream, right? But I don't see it. And now I do. Now I see it. And you probably just got a notification for it. But anyway, if you've not already, please do hit that like button, because we would really appreciate you doing so. I've reduced the settings on absolutely everything to try and reduce the load on the computer now. So hopefully...
I think it could be the computer.
Yeah, I think the computer probably had its day. I mean, it's been streaming pretty much every day for about, 2 years?
Yeah, I think the computer might have had enough.
It probably has had enough. Dreadeye says, hi, Tiana. Hi, Jesse. Tiana says, I have this new, really nice well-being app. A little cute chick which grows when you do tasks, and I named her after you, Chrissy.
Aww. It's because I got an awesome name.
You got a fan. You got an actual fan there.
I know, right?
Like, she's your actual fan.
I love having a fan.
How do you feel about that?
I feel great.
Is it going to go to your head?
It's going to totally go to my head. It is. Yep.
It's going to go to your head, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Look at that. Look at that.
Sorry, Oreo.
Notre Dame de Paris. Is rising.
It's actually got a name. Oh, look, it's right at the end.
Yeah, it is, yeah. Yeah, it's rising.
Well, it's not rising. It's gone lengthways.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, but that's the size of the build. That's how long it's going to be. It's going to be a big bugger.
Look, Oreo, if it's not ginger fur, it's white. Come on now.
And the thing is, that's only stage 10 complete. There's 24 stages to go. 24 stages to go.
Don't get jealous, dog.
Yeah, the best thing to do is to push the cat down.
No jealousy allowed here. Hey?
Well, that cat's not actually getting in the way all that much,
She's
is
not
it?
doing anything wrong.
She's not doing anything wrong. I will give that cat credit.
She's just sitting there looking down at the dog like, ha ha.
Yeah. And now the dog's going to get loud and jealous.
She looks like...
Oh, you're doing some more tiled flooring, look.
Oreo looks as if she's like half Dalmatian.
River!
Because she's got like black spots all over her. Like a Dalmatian.
She does. Oh, we got voice echo on, by the way. Because if we do, I'll have to turn that off. We do. We do. I've now turned that off. I wish people had told me you got voice echo on.
You should have known.
Well, I was doing some audio tests beforehand and I completely forgot.
River.
But we've no longer got voice echo on. We now sound like humans again. I mean, to be fair, they're only music settings. So I was doing some audio tests and once again, I'm frustrated because the audio doesn't seem to want to stay in time with itself. It was deliberate for the tests that I was doing, Jesse. If you're watching on a vertical stream, please don't be shy. Come say hi. Hit the like button just by double tapping the middle of your screen if you're on the phone or just finding the like.
No. Naughty.
Currently, the dog here is going mad as we build Notre Dame de Paris, the most expensive Lego architecture set currently available. And, yeah. That dog's about to get locked out of the room. I'm currently stroking the dog's head with my right hand.
Yeah.
That's better sound. Sat here thinking it sounded echoey. Yeah, that's right. So they're the kind of settings that you put on for when you're doing music. Because, let's face it, a flat tone like this is not great for music. Even when you go to like karaoke, they have effects on their mics and systems. And as you can see here, Chrissy is now constructing more of the floor of Notre Dame de Paris.
Apparently.
You are, though. There's no apparently about it. There's no apparently about it. But, yeah. Yeah, we're already... Well, I'd say we're already 40 minutes into this. We're not. We had a delayed start.
Only just.
Yeah,
Stop holding it above my head. I made it, didn't I?
I saw that. So Tiana
I actually got scared crapless when Ben came downstairs and shouted, and I was like, "Oh!"
Tiana sent me a message earlier. She'd done a functional skills test, and she just got 6 marks under what she needed to pass it properly. But she got like loads of marks, right? So she did great either way.
I don't understand what that means. Any of it.
You don't need to.
Cool.
You just don't. You just know that she's your fan.
Yeah.
That's all you need to know. She's naming chicks after you.
Yeah.
Yeah. All you need to know. See, come here, you jealous sod. I'm talking to the dog, by the way.
Or is he?
No, I am. It's right here. I don't know if you can see it. You can certainly see it on the vertical stream. If you're on the vertical stream, you can see the dog's head.
Yeah, she's just a plonker.
I don't think the horizontal lot can, though, because they can only see me from boobies up. But, yes. As I was saying anyway, earlier on, before all of that interruption and those crashes, we are only 2 subscribers away from 2020, so we'd really appreciate getting there this evening.
Yeah.
So if you haven't, please consider subscribing. And also, you know, we've got Super Chat goal on the horizontal stream tonight of just 1 Super Chat of £5 or more for somebody to attain godlike status for the evening. I think after all I've just had to troubleshoot, I think I've earned that. I think I've earned the god status myself, actually. That's all I'm saying.
No, you have not.
Jesse says, Tiana, you did your best. Don't worry about it. And we are still proud of you.
And this is it. Yep. This is what I tell Dexter at all of his mock exams.
Exactly.
It is literally just try your best. And that is all you can do in life with everything, is try your best.
Yeah.
And if you don't succeed, you try again.
Well, exactly. You just try again. Yeah, and if you don't succeed that time, guess what you do? You try again. And if you don't succeed the 3rd time, guess what you do? Well,
yeah, all right, we get
crazy
it.
people in America going to post office and do it. No.
Jesus Christ.
No. I'm joking. It's a joke.
Dexter's got more mocks this term.
Has he really?
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's going to help, isn't it? That's going.
I mean, how many mocks do they need?
Well, I don't know.
That's what I'm like, really? Do we need to do this many, guys?
I mean, no is the answer.
No.
I would say no. I think
doing them every term.
I do think at this point they're probably well prepared for those exams.
No, well,
I'm just saying.
Apparently not.
They know what they entail. They know what they've got to.
We used to do like 1 mock exam, and then you get the real deal. Now it's like, we shall make them do it until they get it correct.
Jesse says, I hated the SATs week. Elena was so stressed all the time. Elena's the same. I believe she's in the same year group as Dexter. She might be 1 above. I'm not really certain. But I know that she loves Dexter. Elena loves Dexter.
Yeah.
And she's never even met him, but
I mean,
she's seen him on video.
The mock exams are really taken out of everyone, I think. Because, it's not just, it doesn't just stress out Dexter, it stresses all of us out.
Well, yeah, because...
Because Dexter's stressed.
Well, yeah, because what people don't understand is, like, us ASD people, like, Tiana will get this as well. When we are stressed out and we are having a meltdown, it negatively affects everybody around us, even if we don't want it to. Okay? Even if we don't want it to. I mean,
River, you are being
there are
very
things,
naughty.
I hate to use the term trigger, but there are things that trigger me, and they can be the most nebulous and dumb things to everybody else.
Dexter's is simply because it breaks his routine.
Yeah, and I mean, for me, I get things in my head, right? And I get things in my head that maybe somebody's doing something personally to spite us or against us, and usually I'm right, to be fair.
No, you ain't.
Yes, I am.
No, you're not.
But when I get that in my head, I can find it extremely hard. Especially when that person then goes and does a shitty thing, I can find it extremely hard, and then it just knocks me, and I'm sulking. I'm in a bad way. I'm in a bad mood. I can have meltdowns, and I cannot snap out of it. And that's just the life of living with ASD. And
clip round the ear.
Well, you can say things like that, like clip round the ear, but.
Snap out of it.
I wish it were that easy. I really do.
So do I.
I'm trying to explain right. So let me put a meltdown. As somebody with this, I don't know if you want to call it a condition, But let me try and explain to you how I experience a meltdown and how one comes to me. It's like a pressure headache with no pain, right? And it builds up and it builds up, and you can just feel the pressure building up in your head. And that pressure is in the form of thoughts, and they're just getting more and more and faster, and they're filling out your head, and there's nothing you can do to stop it. It's like a storm is erupting, and then the only way to release that pressure is to melt down.
Why not throw things?
I mean, I don't know if that can give you a good visualization.
I'm like, why not throw things?
Like I say, I don't know if that can give you a good visualization, and that's how I experience a meltdown. And I don't know how much better I can describe it than that. Right? It's...
Oh, bless her, Jessie.
He's 1 year younger, and she just said she knows Dexter will do good. Said you and Chrissy have to buy him pizza after Sax Week. Yeah, I think that's probably true. Could you hit the like button on
Dexter's already turning into pizza.
Yeah, he is.
That boy is.
He's had 2 ham and pineapple pizzas this week. He's an absolute philistine. He keeps putting wants pineapple on pizza.
He's a pineapple crazy child.
At the moment he is, yeah. It used to be pepperoni, now it's pineapple.
Yeah.
Gianna says, I have my exam in catering this year. Thank you, Julie. My biggest trigger is change, and honestly, I love you guys so incredibly much. I'm so scared later down the line it will change. Don't worry about it. Don't worry. The only thing that might change is we might be live a little less because we're running out of money and can't afford to keep building these sets.
No, because then we'll just change to games, I reckon.
You think?
Yeah.
Well, we might have to get a new computer before that because this thing is struggling.
Yeah.
So we'll see anyway. And she says, I get so physically drained to the point I forget to breathe.
It'll be me because come September, obviously we're going to have a Dexter at home 24/7.
Unless our appeal wins, which she thinks, the lady we spoke to yesterday thinks it might do by August.
It ain't going to friggin' happen before they go to school.
Well, she said by August. She said we'll probably win our appeal by August, and that 94% of appeals are successful. That's what she said.
Yeah, but it's wishful thinking, isn't it? That's wishful thinking.
Jessie says, Elena is the same with pizza. It's safe food. Well, this is it.
They're turning into pizzas.
Yeah. Do you know, if them two ever went out on a date, you know where they'd go.
Pizza Hut.
They'd just go sit in a Domino's, or they'd go to the Pizza Hut buffet.
Pizza Hut?
That would be it. Pizza Hut buffet. They're set.
Yeah, Dexter loves buffets.
He does. He does.
I actually read some of his writing earlier as well in his school book.
Yeah.
And it was the week that we went to Butlins.
Okay.
He had to write a diary entry.
Okay.
And it was really funny because he'd put in there about how Daddy spoke to a lady who said that people were feral.
Yeah, that did happen.
Because they took all the cake.
That did happen.
And I was just...
And by lady, I mean employee. Employee at the restaurant we were in.
And he was like, the golf was really fun and stuff. And you're just like, oh my goodness. The things that kids like think of and remember.
Oh God, Tiana, you're speaking my language for the most part. She says, I love pineapple on pizza. That's not my language at all. I think that's wrong.
Not, yeah.
But she says, my safe food is pasta, bread, and cheesecake. My safe food is pasta and bread. And I just can't eat it anymore.
You're not allowed to eat it.
I'm not allowed to eat it.
No.
So guess what?
I'm not allowed. Well, I am. I'm allowed brown bread, but I'm not allowed.
Here, get this. Get this, right?
Sad, actually.
This is an interesting one. So I've lost another pound this week. So that's another £4
blah blah
total
blah.
this week.
I'm not
since
listening.
Sunday in weight. And somehow I lost a pound between yesterday and today, having yesterday eaten 6 bags of crisps, a chocolate yogurt, drunk a litre of Tango Cherry, but it was sugar free, and also eaten 3 packs of candy sticks. I still lost a pound. I'll take that.
That's because you didn't eat a meal.
I 6 bags of crisps.
No.
6 bags of crisps. I went on a weird crisp binge yesterday.
But you didn't eat a meal.
No, that's true. I didn't eat an actual meal, but then today, on the flip side, all I've eaten today is that meal. And those 3 packs of candy sticks I had this morning.
You and those bleeding candy
Yeah,
sticks.
because all 6 packs of them equates to less than 100 calories. I'm quite happy
So
with
I
it.
shall eat them.
And they're gluten-free.
Whatever.
Jesse says, shut up, Ben. All I have to do is look at chocolate and I'll gain weight.
That's it. That's me. Yep.
To be fair, Jesse, right? This speed up of weight loss I've had this week is unexpected. I don't know why I've lost £4 this week since Sunday. It doesn't make much sense. I haven't done anything different. My weight loss had slowed. I was losing about £1, £1.50 a week, and then all of a sudden this week I've lost 4.
Which is still really good.
Yeah, but
considering all you've done is taken out Coke.
Yeah, and that is all I've done. I've changed out Coca-Cola on my diet.
Like, I friggin' wish.
Well, to be fair, I'm also eating gluten-free. So I'm eating a lot less bread. I'm eating a lot less pasta.
That is true, yeah, that is true.
So I'm eating gluten-free.
Whereas I practically live on pasta.
Yeah. Yeah, you do. You had tuna pasta for dinner tonight, didn't you?
I did.
And I can't eat tuna anymore, which used to be one of my favourite foods, because every time I eat it, my hands blister up.
I love me pasta.
It's really weird. Like, I'll eat tuna, and then all of a sudden, within 10 minutes of eating tuna, my hands have got blisters all over them, and they're itchy, and they're red.
That's one side done.
And, well, that's...
I have to concentrate. That's the problem, because I'm like, right, that little bit needs to go that way, that.
Well, you know what? That is the full length of the set, and I'm actually worried that there's not going to be much in the way of... You said, where are we going to store the T-Rex that I want? Yeah. Where are we going to store this?
I know, that's what I said.
I mean, by the time you've put the spire on it, it might actually hit the camera.
We need to buy shelving.
I think we do need to get shelving. Julie's right. Carbs become sugar. Get plenty of protein in you. Pretty much all I'm eating is protein, Julie.
Yes, but on Slimming World, you're allowed to eat pasta galore.
Yeah, the Slimming World's diet makes no sense because it says that baked beans are free, as in you can eat as many of them as you like all day and you'll lose weight. They're full of sugar.
It's because...
They're full of sugar.
Can I talk a minute? That's because the beans themselves actually outweigh for your body the sugar.
I'm going to say bollocks.
Because the beans are good for you.
Bollocks.
So they're not a speed food.
But
they're called a free food, which means that you can eat as many beans as you like.
Yeah, in that tomato sugar sauce.
Yeah.
No.
Well, a lot of people go for the sugar-free variant, but...
Yeah, well...
I don't know if anyone's tried those, but...
I mean, let's face it, that would be... That would be better for you, I guess.
But, yeah, but they taste rank.
But then again, once again, I guess baked beans are just all carbohydrate. And you know, have you heard of the Robert Atkins diet?
I mean, protein is the best thing for you because protein keeps you fuller for longer, and you know, good in your body, isn't it? So. Oh
wow! Look, Jesse and Tiana on the first week of August are planning on having a Harry Potter day in York.
Ooh.
That sounds pretty good, actually. That sounds like a lot of fun.
I don't know what Harry Potter day is,
but it's a day when because they filmed a lot of it in York, I believe. And I believe they filmed the Great Hall at York Cathedral. Tell me if I'm wrong.
You're wrong.
But I
told him he was wrong.
I do believe that quite a bit was filmed there, and it's supposed to represent Scotland, of course, because Hogwarts is in Scotland. Did you know that?
No.
Well, you do now. Hogwarts is in Scotland. That's why pretty much everyone in Hogwarts Legacy that's outside of the castle is Scottish.
That makes sense.
Yeah. But
I did not know that. You learn something new every day. See, guys? Even when you don't go to school anymore, you still learn.
So for dinner tonight, I had 3 pieces of pork belly with a few chips, which I'm not really a fan of, and some gravy.
No, do you know that's
I was quite happy with that.
One thing I don't touch at all anymore is chips. Which is actually sad, because I like chips.
And then tomorrow night...
I can't make my own chips.
Tomorrow night, it's... What is it? It's
my favourite night.
It's burger night.
It's burger night.
So that's the one day. That's the one day I don't compromise on gluten because I'm sorry, but a burger bun, it has to be a proper white seeded burger bun. I haven't been bullying your sheep just yet, Beach. So I think that deserves a like. For that.
Yeah, not yet.
And also, good evening to you, sir.
But now that you're here, how is your sheep?
Yeah, how is the sheep? How is Dolly?
Ben named it.
I did name it, yeah. How's she doing?
Now, if you do get a house sheep, you've got to call it Dolly.
You got to call it Dolly.
I mean, to be fair, our dog looks like a sheep, so technically we have an indoor sheep.
See, Jesse, I think those that live in Scotland probably don't have to go to London in order to get the train to go to Hogwarts. I imagine they just come in on the boats rather than coming in on the Hogwarts Express. And for all we know, the Hogwarts Express may stop at other stops along the route. It might not just go direct from King's Cross to Hogwarts. You never know. You never know. But
I honestly think you guys are talking crap now.
she asked a question.
I still think you're talking crap now, guys.
Do you want to go to Gulag? Because I will get Miss Commie to send you there.
So ever since I changed Lila to DVDs,
She's sleeping.
she has been sleeping.
She's sleeping.
And her teacher even said to me,
Oh, hi there, Mrs. Lila, Mum. Lila been sleeping, so she's...
Lila's actually not as tired in school as she was before the half term. What have you done? I was like, oh, funny that.
Funny that. We got to, we wanted to avoid Miss Commie sending her to Gulag, so that is what we did, because,
No, she offered me the sleep seminar again, didn't she? I was like, bugger off. I definitely don't want to go through the sleep nurse again.
Stage 12 incoming, ladies and gentlemen. Stage 12
Just having a
incoming.
break.
And don't forget, if you are watching on the vertical stream, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and come say hi. And if you're watching on the horizontal stream...
Oh, how Jessie's like, I'm going to Google this.
Yeah, she is going to Google it. We do have the most basic of Super Chat goals tonight. It's one Super Chat of £5 or more in order for you to be called a god for the rest of
I
the
did sound
stream.
northern there, Jessie. You're right. I did.
But do you know what? You were trying to do an impression of Miss Commie. She ain't northern. She's certainly Eastern. She's Eastern European.
To be fair, half my family are Yorkshires.
Well, yeah, half her family are from Yorkshire, yeah.
Yorkshire. So I did spend a lot of my childhood in Yorkshire, and I'd always come back being like,
poor thing.
I'd come back going Bath and Glass, and Mum would be like, Chrissy, what are you doing? I'd go Nout, and stuff like that. And you'd come back with some of the lingo. My mum would be like, what?
How's our Jamie this evening anyway, Jesse? Is he working away, serving the drinks at the carvery, or is he with you? Do you know what? I'm so jealous of them. They had the kids at Grandma's all night last night, so they didn't have to have them.
Bliss.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Bliss.
Wouldn't that be nice? Yeah, we should have asked your mum to have the kids this weekend. I mean, the wedding anniversary is a good excuse, right?
Nah.
He's at work late one tonight. Well, you know what? I don't sleep before midnight, so
Bless him.
if he's about, I'll have a game with him.
Give us a shout.
I'll have a game with him. I'll join him on the Fortnite so that he doesn't feel alone. Because you know what? She offered. It's rare these days. Your mum offered, did she?
Bloody hell.
Well, it is the school holidays, I guess. But still,
I bet she offered and you fell off the chair.
I would have done.
Yeah, I would have done it all.
Straight off the chair.
Straight off the chair. What?
But
What is this?
yeah, what is this? Who are you, and what have you done with my mother?
Yeah.
I mean, if my mother just popped up out of the blue after never properly meeting my kids and said, I'll have them overnight, I'd say, fuck off. That's what I'd say.
Well, she's never met Lila.
Yeah, well, no, I said, like, properly meeting them. She'd never, taken the time to come and say, hey, can I meet one of my grandkids or both my grandkids? Never. And she lives, like, 2 streets away, technically.
And she can stay there.
She can.
As far as I am concerned.
She's in a massive house, just her and my sister. And I mean, it's a massive house. We could offer a house swap.
Yeah.
We could.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I could do with the space. I'm not going to lie. Gianna says, you know that all I'm going to speak about is meeting you both in 3 weeks. Sorry when I'm so excited. That's all I will talk about. Don't worry about it, right? Don't worry about it. It's on the cards. So just make sure that, obviously we have the times and everything sorted and the date. You think you said the 22nd. So if anybody else wants to come to the South Coast on the 22nd for a little bit of a hangout, feel free.
The good old South Coast.
The invitation is open to you guys.
There's nothing to do here, but it's brilliant at the South Coast.
Well, there is something to do here. They can meet us. All of their dreams can come true.
I don't think that's a dream come true.
That's Dreadeye's dream. Trust me.
Is it?
Yeah.
Come on, Dreadeye.
Beats can bring the house sheep.
Yay!
Yeah, I want to meet Dolly.
Yay! Do you know what? I reckon we should get Dread a blow-up sheep.
No!
Yeah.
Not Dread. It's
Not Dread. No, sorry, Beats. I mean, I said the wrong one. My bad.
that's not very nice. You don't.
Beats will get you a blow-up sheep, and then you can have him sit next to you on and you can send us updates.
Whenever
Be like, how's Dolly? And we'll just
as
get
long as we
updates.
know the day before, Tiana, what we're doing, I'm sure we'll be able to work it out.
The day before.
Yeah, as long as we know the day before. Look, this is one thing that Chrissy
What
will.
did I do?
She gets annoyed at me about is the fact that whilst I am very regimented and structured, especially when I'm going somewhere new, I have to know everything about the place I'm going, right? I can just be extremely spontaneous.
Drives me up the wall.
And I've actually once called her from the town centre and gone, I've just booked a Eurotunnel ticket, I'm driving to Disneyland.
You know, he did that whilst I was away with the kids with my dad.
I didn't book that.
I don't care.
I didn't. Right. Okay.
I'm like, Ben, you're staying at home with the animals, okay?
I wasn't at home though, was I?
And no, but we were supposed to do a crossover. So basically,
I went to Alton Towers.
Listen. So I left in the afternoon, and he was due home like 2 hours after me. So I'm like, right, you know, I fed the animals. You're taking over the animals when you get back, okay?
I did come home though.
So anyway, I go on holiday with my dad. We only went to Camber Sands, so we didn't go far. Me, the kids, my dad for the weekend. Ben had our car, so we took my dad's car.
Mm-hmm.
And whilst I'm at Camber Sands, I get Ben, who's like, oh, I'm going to go Disney. Like, just you know.
I didn't say I'm going to. I said, can I?
He did not.
Because Lisa had already booked it, and so I was
He's
being
lying.
nice.
I was like,
Lisa had already booked it.
I was like, what about our animals, Ben, that you're supposed to be looking after right now? And he's like, don't worry, I'll get our friends to come and animal sit for us.
Look, right. I was at the Splash Landings Hotel at Alton Towers.
And then whilst I was in Camber Sands, Dexter got food poisoning.
That's nothing to do with me, is
and
it?
I was up all night and all day with Dexter puking absolutely everywhere.
How is that my fault?
Well, I'm just saying it is your fault.
That you went to a campsite and the campsite food poisoned our son.
Yeah.
How is that my fault?
It's your fault.
But look, I'll tell you what happened. I'll tell you
Because
how
then I
this
should have gotten home and just gone tag.
I'll tell you how all this came to be. So I had travelled with John to Alton Towers. He'd come down in his RV from Scotland.
Yep.
And we went and we did like a little trip around for a few days, and we landed at Alton Towers and we stayed in Splash Landings for 2 nights because it was really cheap. It was like £125 each for a room each for 2 nights. So like less than 70 quid a night, and that included all you can eat breakfast and stuff. So we were quite happy with that. I had the annual pass and carer pass so we could get in the park for free. So we did that. And on the second day, I got a bunch of messages from Lisa. And this was Thursday, I think. Yeah. No, this was Wednesday because we came home on the Friday. So no, it would have been the Thursday. Sorry.
He'll get there eventually.
I got a message from Lisa saying, I've booked the Eurostar and a wheelchair seat and a carer, and they're really cheap if you do it that way, by the way. Really cheap. For Sunday. Not the following Sunday, 72 hours Sunday. Do you want to come? And I just went, yeah, all right. Chrissy's away anyway.
I was back on Monday.
I was back on Wednesday.
Yep.
So I came home the Friday. John abandoned me just on the outskirts of Brighton.
Yep.
At a petrol station.
Yep.
Literally left me at a petrol station on the outskirts of Brighton. Didn't even bring me all the way back to Eastbourne. Chrissy came and got me from that petrol station.
Yep.
Took me home.
Yep.
And then immediately went on holiday.
Yeah.
I was home looking after the animals most of Friday, all of Saturday, and then I left at like 4 o'clock in the morning Sunday, and then I came back Wednesday. What's the problem? I don't see the issue here, guys. Do you? I don't. The fucking dead silence to my right. It's quite uncomfortable, I must admit.
It's not what you do.
She said I could go.
It's not what you do.
What Chrissy said to me was, call our friend, see if our friend will look after the animals, and if our friend will look after the animals, yes, you can go. So I called our friend, and our friend said her daughter would happily come and stay in our house because it was only from Sunday morning until Monday morning. Because Chrissy was back on Monday. And
anyway, it's safe to say,
then I
got back on the Monday. I was absolutely buggered.
But once again, that is nothing to do with me.
Because of Dexter and his glorious sickness.
Jesse says, oh, I see the problem.
Yeah.
To be fair, I'm not that spontaneous anymore. Like, my next Disney trip is May 22nd. Plenty of notice. Plenty of notice. We know exactly when I'm going. We know exactly when I'll be back. And we've known that for a few weeks now.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, the last time I took the kids on holiday with my dad, we went to the Isle of Wight. And we went once again over the weekend, Friday to Monday.
You did.
And Ben didn't disappear to Disney that time.
No, not that time.
No, I was quite shocked, actually.
No, not that time. Though I may have, if the opportunity had arisen.
Oh, you would have.
Oh, yeah.
There wouldn't have even been a may have.
No, there's no may have. I'd have gone, yeah, absolutely, I'd have gone. And that's not to say that no, yeah, I'd have gone. I'd have just gone.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like being at Disneyland.
Yes, I know.
Do
but,
you...
You know, you have responsibilities, young man.
To be at Disneyland.
That's not a responsibility.
Oh, it certainly is.
If I'm not here to look after my animals, you should be.
I didn't choose to have these animals.
Florence.
Okay, I chose to have Florence. I'll get her an automatic feeder bowl.
No!
I'll get her an automatic feeder bowl that's just got a sticker label that says Florence on it. You can deal with the rest.
Oh, I see.
You can deal with the rest.
Yeah, no.
But you just shot yourself in the foot there, didn't you?
No.
I think you did.
No.
Because you said Florence. You didn't.
Do you even know what Florence eats?
Food.
No.
She doesn't eat food.
Well, yeah, but Florence is actually our most pickiest cat.
Yeah, she only eats meat. She only eats fish.
That literally makes no sense.
What do you mean literally makes no sense?
The dog has got the kitten pinned to the floor.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no. Tango Cherry is out. And yes, it's sugar-free. Jesse, I don't think you do see the problem. I think you're just saying it in order to appease the lovely wife here.
Yeah, 3 of my cats eat Felix, as good as it looks.
Yeah.
One of my cats has to have whiskers.
Yeah.
Because it's gentler on her tummy. And Florence, you put food down for her, and the amount of times she turns her nose up at you
that
is unreal.
True. If I put food down for her, she'd eat it, though. Because it came from Mummy.
No.
Now, I'm just going to address Jessie once again here, because I reckon if Jamie turned up and said, "Oh, Jessie, I'm going to Disneyland," she'd be like, okay. You was meant to be watching the animals and ditch for ditch. I only left the animals in somebody else's hands
Jesse.
for 24 hours.
Exactly. So, bearing in mind, right, he'd just gone on a trip with John, okay?
I'd been home for like 36 hours. I needed to go on another one.
Yeah. So he'd gone to Alton Towers, and they were gone like 3 days before this. I'd even gone. So I'm there with the kids at home, looking after the animals, looking after the children. Then I get a call, can you come and get me on the outskirts of Brighton? Because that's where he's been dumped by John.
I was abandoned.
So I had to get the kids in the car, drive all the way out there to go get him, then come all the way back, whilst trying to pack a suitcase for me and the kids to go away for the weekend.
Well, if you hadn't packed that already on that day.
Shh. Then my dad turns up to pick us up. Then Dexter gets friggin' food poisoning. Then I get, can I go Disney? Lisa's already paid for it and booked it. And I'm like...
She told me she'd done it before she asked me if I wanted to go.
What about the animals? And he's like, oh, I'll get them to sit for us.
I don't see the problem either, Beats.
So then I come back on the Monday, right? And then bearing in mind as well, guys, that I had to get my kids to school.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You had a
because-
car.
Yeah, but I still had to do the school runs, look
I didn't
after my
take the
kids
car this time.
still. Look after my animals again.
But I didn't take the car this time. Tiana says, where would be the best place to meet in a few weeks? Is there any specific places? I stress out. I don't know what roughly time. She wants to know if we should go to Brighton Seafront or Eastbourne. What do you think? Well, there's certainly more to do on Brighton Seafront. But it's come to Eastbourne. We'll go to the pier, shall we? There's nothing else. There's nothing else to do here.
The pier sucks.
There's nothing else to do here.
Oh, whatever.
What do you mean Beats saying that because he's not bully? Beats is saying it because it's true. Nothing to do with sheep. Plenty of sheep near Alton Towers, that much I can tell you. They're bloody everywhere. Plenty of them.
I mean, Beats, mate. Letting down the team.
He's not letting down the team.
You are. Do you know what? I get so many people ask, they go, how do you let your husband do this? And I'm just like,
Well, first of all, the woman that I go away with is my best friend and she likes girls.
Yeah, because he goes away with a woman as well. Everyone's like, what? You let your husband go away with a woman?
She likes girls.
And stuff. And I'm like, dude, trust me.
She's
more interested in me than him.
Yeah, she likes likes the ladies.
That ain't happening that way, you know?
Yeah.
But it can be annoying, you know, just because.
And there's nothing wrong with her liking the ladies, by the way. Exactly, peace and quiet. You get peace and quiet.
Yeah, I mean, it is so much more peaceful around here, I will admit.
There you go, look at that.
It's when I have to get the bus.
I think that deserves a like from anybody watching right now.
When I have to get the bus, that does my head in.
Yeah, but...
Because getting the bus to the school and back...
Yeah, I mean, I am taking the car in May.
...is an absolute ball ache.
I am taking the car. But I've given you plenty of notice. I've given you plenty of notice. And we're going to make some brilliant videos.
I'm like, what's that going to do, giving me plenty of notice?
We're going to make some brilliant content for the channel. We're going to make a ton of live streams. It's coal season there now, so you've been loving the sheep lately. Beach, you are not. You are not doing yourself any favours here.
He loves them sheep.
Speaking of Wales, I've actually heard something today which has made me...
I've got to make 14 of these.
Oh,
I'm not impressed.
But yeah, speaking of Wales, I've actually heard something today that has made me consider moving my trip there up to as soon as possible.
Are they gonna kick you out?
No, Oakwood.
No British allowed.
Oakwood theme park, the one that we want to go to and cover, looks like it could be very well in its last final ever season before it shuts down for good.
Oh no, what a shame.
So from what River? So from what I've heard, they've pulled out a bunch of rides this year. That one of them was a drop tower, and they'd only just did a major renovation on it, and yet they've pulled it out because
that's sad.
They don't. That dog needs to stop. Can you stop that dog, please?
You stop her.
It's going through my head.
Building.
Your dog.
River, get your butt here. That is enough. No.
There we go.
Enough.
Telling off the dog. So yeah, it could be in its last ever season. It may never operate again. And I mean, Megaphobia, their wooden coaster, which was the only reason I really wanted to go there anyway. Yeah, the Gerstlauer Eurofighter looks good.
Lie down.
But it's a murderous theme park. It should be closed. There's beats and tapes. Yeah, people have died there. That is very true.
Oh my gosh, sign me up.
Right, but and the ride that the young girl died on, the most famous for, which is now called Drench, has been closed down as well, by the way. So that's not reopening for this season.
I mean, they probably should close that down when she died.
No, they just fixed it, so to speak. They added some restraints onto it because she fell out of it.
Oh, okay.
Right, that.
Well, that makes it better.
Yeah, she fell out of it.
Why?
But it looks like quite possibly.
What's that ride that kiddie went on? He got decapitated.
That was called Verrückt, and it was at Schlitterbahn in the United States. And it was an in-house slide, so Schlitterbahn like to build all of their rides and water slides themselves. They don't order them from, professional companies.
Save money.
So, well, it's not even to save money. It's so that they can come up with outrageous designs. So they come up with these outrageous designs.
And save money.
And Verrückt was the world's highest water slide. And you went up on an actual lift in a raft to the top of this tower. And it dropped you down, went up a massively
Did
steep...
like a bunny hill, didn't it?
Yeah, went up over a bunny hill and then down to the end. And it was very tall. It was very fast. And unfortunately, they'd actually come into this problem before they opened it, to the point where they actually tore most of the ride down and redesigned the hump because boats were just flying off it to begin with.
Yeah, but then they decided to put a net over, didn't they?
Yeah, but they redesigned the hump to try and stop the airtime, right? So they redesigned the profiling of it because they were going down and then they were flying off the hump. And they were, okay. So then they put a tunnel of netting over it. And this boat on this day, for some reason, it took air over the hump.
I think it was the kid was really light.
Yeah, but that should have made it go slower, not faster.
No, I think it gave it more airtime. It just sort of flew.
But it took air, and the young boy lost his life and his head.
Yeah, because so they had the netting go over the majority of the ride, but it had like gaps in the netting. And yeah, it went airborne.
Yeah,
and
he took air.
Unfortunately, his head went against the netting.
And
yeah, that's how you lose your head. And the boat came back down with a decapitated child in it, which you could imagine those poor children,
the family, and everybody around having to see that.
Yeah,
right. Everybody around having to see it.
Could you imagine as well being like the next in the queue to go down the ride? You just go, no, I think I'm good.
Yeah, and
no, I'm good.
Ultimately, I believe massive lawsuits were paid out.
Oh God, I would think so.
The like, but still, in the same breath, this is why you should get your rides from a professional company that does it by the numbers, and by that I mean,
yes, Tiana, definitely a Final Destination moment.
These days, things like profiling and stuff like that, in order to mitigate certain types of G-force, are done on computer. Yeah, they're still done by human beings, but the computers run the calculations to make sure banking and profiling and things like that are safe on the human body.
The accident on Smiler, for instance, right?
That was human error.
So that was human error. The system itself actually did what it was supposed to. It stopped the train on the lift hill because it said something's not right, and somebody overrid it.
Yeah, because somebody
was like, no, just send the train.
Somebody looking at the cameras did not see a train that had stalled in the Cobra Roll.
No, the valid train.
So they looked on the cameras. They couldn't see anything blocking the track. There was actually still a train in the block section. That's why it stopped the train on the lift hill. Management were pushing them to get the ride running again.
It broke down all the time.
So they manually overrode the system, pushed this train that was sitting on the lift hill into an occupied block. Because the way roller coasters work, and this is going to get a little bit technical, the way roller coasters work, especially if you want them to be multi-trained, is they have these things called block sections. And so every now and again, a coaster will have a block break, and it might not even activate. Right, it'll run through the break, but the second it's cleared that block break, that section is now clear, so the train behind can run into it. Because if anything happens in the next block, say the train doesn't make it to the next block break, the block break can activate in the section where the train behind is and stop that train. So that's sort of the way it works.
So it does it to stop those accidents happening.
Yeah, it's like a queuing system.
That's the point of it.
But
and it did its job.
It did its job, and it did its job well. But the block was occupied by a train that had initially stalled inside the Cobra Roll. Now, this isn't new for the Smiler. For the entire first months and months and months that it was open, this was happening.
God, yeah. We managed to get on it, but we were having to wait until like 1 o'clock in the afternoon for them to finally open.
Yeah, because the first day we got there, they were using a crane to take off a train that stalled in the Cobra Roll.
So whilst we were there, they had a train that did stall in that section, so they would put dummies out, obviously on the train, not people. And there was a train that valied whilst we were there.
River.
So we didn't think we were going to get on it, but
sorry, this is really going through my head.
But we did. River.
And I don't have any ear defenders.
Come here. You're being very naughty.
And see, this is the other part of autism. Certain things can just really, really, really overwhelm your senses. But
so when everyone was like, oh, the system was at fault and everything, and the coaster was at fault.
The system was fine.
It was not the system. The system itself did its job. It was actually human error that did it.
The 18 million pound piece of equipment that is the roller coaster, designed, manufactured, and provided by the company Gerstlauer.
They did build it wrong though.
Yeah, they did build it wrong
because some of the structure goes through a toilet block. And it wasn't supposed
It's because, once again, management were forcing it to get built, so they used quick-set concrete.
Yeah, and not only that, they were building it during snow.
In snow, and they were using quick-set concrete in snow, and things were going wrong, to the point where a jack incident, okay, because I'm an absolute coaster nerd, and I follow this shit, and I always have done.
Yeah, we followed it, didn't we?
And they took about 2 days to jack, so when the final two pieces of track, or the final piece went in, they were so far apart that they just were not aligned. At all, and it took them like 2 days to jack them together. They had to jack them slowly until they sort of attached.
Until they attached, which they were supposed to attach.
Yeah,
absolutely fine, obviously, like normal coasters.
And the fault was on the construction company. Once again, it wasn't on Gerstlauer, who designed and manufactured the ride. It was completely on the construction company who did it wrong.
Well, and I think it had they were building it during snow.
Yeah,
which obviously, if you know anything about metal and everything, you build things in cold weather, hot weather, all of this, different changes in temperatures. I mean, it is crazy.
And don't get me wrong, the ride's fucking brilliant.
The ride is...
It is a really good ride. Don't get me wrong.
I like to call it a headbanger, but...
it is a headbanger, but it's a Gerstlauer. That's what all Gerstlauers, unless they've got a lap bar, are headbangers.
Yeah.
Right. That's why I really, really want to go to Park Asterix.
It is a good length coaster.
Oh, yeah, it's got two distinct halves, right? 2 lift hills. Each section has 7 inversions. Obviously, it still holds the world record for the amount of times it goes upside down, which is 14.
Does it still hold that record?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it goes upside down 14 times.
Yeah. I mean, does it still valley?
Sometimes. Not as often.
Yeah, quite rare, innit?
I think some modifications have been made to the train.
Yeah, like you always get...
over the years.
Because with all coasters, you get teething problems all the time. But this did have... I mean, it was built incorrectly. And clearly something wasn't right.
I do have the logo tattooed on my left calf.
Yeah, and it did keep valleying. Even when we were there, it valleyed. But yeah, no. So the whole... people always... Oh, my God, the coaster, blah, blah, and I go, it wasn't the coaster's fault. The coaster did exactly what it was supposed to do.
It did.
I mean, I do feel terrible for, obviously, what those people went through.
I'm just thankful nobody died.
Yeah, but Alton Towers, I must say, though, they got them straight out of there. They got them straight to private hospitals.
You said they got them straight out there. They were stuck in there for hours.
Yes, they were.
Just bleeding. But that wasn't Alton Towers' fault. That was, how long it took for West Midlands Ambulance Service to get them out.
Well, I mean, it's quite difficult, isn't it, when you're stuck on a roller coaster to...
Yeah. Tiana says she would love to go to Alton Towers. She liked Rage, but ever since it got stuck constantly, you're kind of scared because if you ever got stuck, it would be screaming. Rage is a Gerstlauer, right?
Yeah, I mean, could you imagine valleying on the Smiler?
Yeah.
Because it must still happen.
Oh yeah, it must.
You'd be pooping yourself, thinking, "Oh my God, is the train going to come behind me?"
Am I going to go on Vertigo at Oakwood? Hopefully, I don't kill the stream because I need to work out what that even is. Give me a second.
I mean, I love Alton Towers. And I haven't been since I was pregnant with Dexter. And that was when I actually went on the Smiler.
Vertigo.
That's why Dexter's crazy.
Oakwood. Vertigo at Oakwood. Oh, it's one of those. It's a sky coaster.
Oh, yeah.
I'll give you an answer. Probably not. I went on the world's tallest one of them when I was wee lad, right? In Orlando. I fucking hated every second of it.
What's wrong with Vertigo?
Have you ever been on a sky coaster? You literally lay in a bloody blanket.
Oh.
They pull you up into the air.
Oh, I thought it was a coaster.
No.
Oh, wow.
You lay in a blanket. I believe bounce has been taken out. So it could be bouncers taken out. They took out the tower. Oh God. Yeah, bounce has been taken out. Beats.
It's like at Brighton we've got what's it called?
The booster's gone off the end of the pier.
Oh, is it gone?
Gone.
Oh well, we did have a booster, but Ben wouldn't go on it.
I went on it.
Yeah, you did once.
I did go on it. I'll never go on it again.
You went on that scary one at the fun fair.
That weren't
time.
scary.
It was. Do you know why it was scary?
Because
Do you know why it was scary?
because the restraints were going. Dunk, 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 dunk,
Yeah,
dunk,
not only
dunk,
that, mate. The whole thing was shaking whilst you were on it.
Well, yeah,
Scared
that's
the pants out of me.
that's a booster. That's what they do.
Don't like it. No.
Yeah, the booster's gone off the end of Brighton Pier, which is good. Bounce could be the... Yeah, but they did repairs to it, Beats. They did major repairs to Bounce, and that's why we're all pretty shocked that they've taken it. Because they spent a lot of money on it. But, yeah, it's been taken. And that's part of the reason we seem to think that Oakwood could be in its final season. Even though, I believe it's the Gravity Group have just spent a lot of time and received a lot of money from the park retracking Megaphobia. Literally last season. Retracked Megaphobia. And that's the only reason I really want to go. Because I've never ridden Megaphobia, and I want to see it with the new track. Yeah, I would think you'd pay extra to go on the Vertigo. Yes, they do still have the 2 coasters, Tiana, on Brighton Pier.
Let me just tell you, I don't think you could pay me to go on Vertigo.
No, I'm all right. I'm all right.
I'm like, no.
I'd be absolutely fine to not be going on that.
You know, the Brighton coaster was the first loop I ever did.
And you know, that thing's so uncomfortable.
I know, right?
It really is so uncomfortable.
I know.
But
how are they still standing? That's what I don't get.
But I will say this, right? They've got a Gerstlauer Eurofighter, like Saw the Ride, down at Oakwood as well. So I would happily go on that. But Rage at Adventure Island, which Tiana was talking about, is a Gerstlauer Eurofighter. So these coasters are cool. Beats says I've never been on Vertigo. I'll tell you what, Beats, you come to Oakwood with me, I'll go on it with you. Tiana says she got stuck on a Crazy Mouse and she absolutely shit herself. We got stuck on what was called Sonic Spinball at the time at Alton Towers. It's now called Spinball Whizzer. It's a Mara spinning coaster. But we got stuck on the final brake run. And I'll tell you what.
At least we were on the final brake run, to be fair.
But I tell you what. The people ahead and behind us got so angry because I'm disabled. They came along and they said, don't move out of your train, obviously, but we're going to release your restraints for you so that you can move. So they did. They came and released our restraints, mine and Chrissy's.
Yeah, they get under the train.
Yeah, they got under the train with a tool. They released our restraints. And then they said to everybody else, we're not doing that for you.
No. We were stuck there in the rain.
It was for about an hour as well, wasn't it?
For about an hour, yeah. We were on the final brake run as well, so we were like at the exit. But yeah, there were about 7 of us stuck on this track,
including Dappy from N-Dubs, who was about 2 trains ahead of us.
Yeah, but obviously, if you're disabled, they'll come over and they'll make sure that you're as comfortable as possible. And because Ben's knees dislocate, they came over and they said, "Are you okay?" And Ben just said, "My leg cannot stay in this position." So they said, "Absolutely fine." And they got underneath the train and unlocked the restraint. And they just said, "Don't leave the car, obviously, but that will make you more comfortable," so he could stretch his leg.
And then other people were going, "Can we have that done, please?" They went, "No."
No.
They
were just like, "No," and then walked off.
They said it's health and safety. He's disabled. He has to have it done.
Yeah.
And people were pissed. And yes, by the way, I did try and get the hat off of Dappy a couple of times.
Yeah, loads of people did actually.
Yeah. He was walking around with an entourage like he was like super famous, and I was just laughing at him. Because Dappy is a good way to describe him.
Suits the name.
It does suit the name. It does suit the name.
We have been quite fortunate though with that with breakdowns though.
Except that I haven't got the coveted breakdown. Me and Lisa have been trying to get for about 7 years now. We want Big Thunder Mountain in the middle of the mountain, and we haven't managed to get it yet.
Yeah, but would you be able to walk it back? That's
no
the problem.
No, I would not.
No.
Which would be even funnier, because then they'd have to find a way to either take me, or they'd have to say, right, you have to stay in the train until we can move it.
Yeah.
Yep.
So this is why they don't like putting so many disabled people on the same rides.
Well, this is it. Actually, Disneyland Paris have a policy that only one disabled person can be in the circuit at any one time.
Yeah.
Whatever ride that is.
So if there's any breakdowns...
Except Tower of Terror, where they'll just, like, load 10 of us in there.
Yeah, well, you're stuck in a car.
We're all stuck in one lift.
You're stuck in the same lift,
Yeah.
so... Ow.
I would love to go on Saw the Ride as I love the movies. Did you see the video I sent you of that Saw escape room in London? I did, and it looks fun.
Yeah, I've got to admit,
it looks fun.
I really enjoy Saw the Ride.
Saw the Ride is good, but it's basically Rage.
It's very short, but my favourite part is only if it's working. If the effects are working...
And they were last year. They were working
it is
well.
a good ride. If they're not working, it's a terrible ride. But yeah, if the effects are working...
I saw a video today, speaking of Thorpe Park, where they finally literally tore apart with welding torches and removed Slammer.
No!
It's been sitting there not operating for 7 years.
I know, but I loved Slammer.
That was the single best flat ride in the park. But unfortunately, right, so
You
Slammer...
just felt so free in it.
Slammer is an S&S Sky Swat, and it was the only one of its kind in the world. There were only ever 2 made.
It looked like a fly swat, didn't it?
Yeah, so there were only ever 2 made.
You just be like, whee!
And unfortunately, S&S, because the first one at Six Flags Astroworld closed down. So that went, and then S&S never sold another one, so they stopped making the parts to maintain it, and that's why it closed.
That's so horrible.
That's why it closed. So they stopped making the parts to maintain it. Park can't maintain it if they can't get the parts. It's the only one in the world, and so they had to close it. And also, when you think of the ride itself, yes, it had 2 ends on it that could hold a vast amount of people on each end.
It could, yeah.
But the cycle, the loading, all of that, it took ages.
It did.
So the throughput on it was really bad. But it was probably the best flat ride in the country, I would say. And it was one of the most unique rides in the world.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, it sat standing but not operating for 7 years.
It was so freeing. I think that's what it was about that ride. I mean, today, you've got a lot of rides that now have lap bars.
Yeah, so Thorpe Park, Chessington, and Legoland are all within half an hour, 45 minutes drive of one another.
Yeah,
They're all in a little circle.
That ride was unique.
Yeah.
Because all you had was a little lap bar, like a little lap bar.
A little lap bar.
The same one as Rush's, isn't it?
So.
And then you also had these little tiny shoulder pads that sat here.
Yeah, and
that was it.
I mean, I'm going to try and get a video up, actually.
It was
show you
such
all.
a good ride.
Hopefully I don't kill the stream doing this. But I want to show you this thing. It's so unique. So, Slammer. Off. Slammer Thorpe Park. We'll find a YouTube video. There we go. Okay, so this thing was one of the most unique. So this video is from Extreme Coasters. Check this out. We'll give you some audio as well.
Oh no!
Look at this. Look at it.
Before taking on the rapid ladder, you must secure all your belongings, such as keys, wallet, and mobile phone before boarding. You must follow the doctor's given by the slammer right key at all times.
Those in the vertical stream, I'm sorry, you can only hear it. Look at this thing. It was so much fun. It really was. It was so much fun. She trusts me getting over her fear. Yeah, so it was probably the best flat ride in the country. By far. And like Chrissy said, the only shoulder restraints you had on that thing, despite the fact it went upside down like that, was tiny little pads that came down to here. They didn't cover you all the way down. They just literally, they came down, they pulled down, they were on a little ratchet system, so they didn't fold over. They ratcheted down and then just sat on top of your shoulders.
Yeah.
and then they were tiny, and it was so much. I've never had a feeling quite like it on a ride. The only way I can describe it is it felt like true freefall.
Mm.
It just felt like you were in absolute
And who would have
freefall
thought
the
that
entire time.
I would have loved that ride?
I mean, you did. I think anybody that went on it loved it.
Just, you wouldn't think it, because seeing it, and when you first get on it, you're like, oh my God, oh
Yeah.
my God, oh my God. And then when you're actually on it, it's just such a rush. Yeah, it was a fantastic ride. I hate Rush with a passion, but that ride I loved. Makes no sense.
I'm really confused as to what's going on with the vertical stream. I don't know why it's looking like that. It doesn't make any sense. Because it's going out like this, like me, for me. But up there, they're seeing something totally different. I don't get it. Look. What are they seeing?
Oh, this bit.
No. Yeah.
Yeah.
But how are they seeing that? Because that's not what's going out. I don't get it.
They're seeing a part of the side table.
So if I drag this across a little bit, does that change it for them? Yeah, it does. So if I then drag this across a little bit more, looks like a little bit more. I don't understand the canvas they're seeing. That looks better, doesn't it?
Yeah.
They can see our whole desk. That's really weird. This makes absolutely no sense.
They can see Florence's bum.
It would most likely be around 12 to 1 p.m. That works for us. That works for us. Means we can have a lion.
No, yeah.
Yeah, we like a lion. I say we. I don't think I've had a lion in about 15 years. So, well, come on. What you used to think of me as having a lion? Let's say I sleep until 9:30 in the morning. I haven't gone to sleep till 5. So, he's not really a lion. Oh, that's yours. Mine's around my neck. I honestly don't get how the vertical stream has got into the way it has, but they can see so much. And yet you can't on here. It's weird. So
Someone's
weird.
coughing.
We've got a coughing child, have we?
Sounds like a Lila.
Yeah, probably is. Probably will be on a train. Well, yeah, that's fine. You're not going to make you leave at 10 to 11 a.m. Well, that's fair enough, right? That's fair enough. How are we doing here, by the way? Have we got some sidewalls on? I mean, this is looking pretty good.
Okay.
This is looking pretty damn good. I'm not gonna lie.
Yes, it is.
It is. It's looking pretty darn good. And because I've now got it on ultra wide cameras, anytime we put something up to see, look how well it focuses on it. That you can see my actual fingerprints. How weird is that? That's so weird. If you use the regular camera, even though it's a higher quality camera, you don't get that zoom in when you put stuff up to it. Really weird. I guess that's how macro lenses work. And if you'd like to see what a Lego claw hand looks like, we can take it right up to the camera. And go, oh. Yeah, that's it. Focus on it. Yeah, how hard that is to hold still. So hard to hold still. But still, we did it. We held it still. I'm going to do a live subscriber check on the channel. See how many we've got. 2019. We have 2,019 subscribers on the channel, so we just need one more to hit 2,020. And we'd really, really appreciate somebody do that. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, be our 2,020th subscriber. And if we get to 2,025, Lisa has said she will film a video reviewing retro sweets, and I'm going to hold her to it. I mean, she probably won't care that I'll hold her to it because she gets to eat a load of retro sweets.
Yeah.
So
I'll even take one for the team, guys.
will you now?
Yeah. I'll eat my favourite.
Krispy Kreme donuts.
No.
Ben and Jerry's ice cream.
No. My favourite retro sweets.
Toffee crumble.
Toffee crumble.
Yeah, but the video wasn't for you to
Shut up, Ben.
review retro sweets. It's just for Lisa to do it.
Shut up, Ben.
And this is Chrissy's wedding anniversary present, by the way. It's our 12th wedding anniversary this coming Saturday, and we have decided. Now, have you? I threw a little bit of a curveball to Chrissy earlier when it came to the Chinese meal that she
I don't
wants.
like it when he does that.
But did you like the curveball?
No.
So you don't like the idea?
No, I don't like curveballs.
Yeah, but you don't like curveballs, or you don't like the idea?
Both.
You don't like the idea of going to a Chinese buffet?
No. I want to be left alone.
That's fair enough. You know what?
You know, my friend's like, oh, we're going out this Saturday. I was like, no,
I'm not going to lie to you.
don't want to.
The idea of having a
wanna be left alone.
takeaway, a load of Krispy Kreme donuts, which thanks to Never Too Old for Lego over in Canada, we've decided we're going to get
It's all his fault.
a dozen Krispy Kreme donuts.
We're blaming him anyway.
We are blaming him.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
Don't tell what you do, I say, but I'll get you a little something for your anniversary.
She always tells us when she's coming, look. This
It's,
cat's like, meow.
We can't stop you, Tiana. All we will say is you don't have to.
No, kitty. Kitty. Thank you.
But-
I love you too.
Anyway, the idea of just getting a takeaway, whatever Chrissy wants, and then just spending some time together snuggled up, maybe watching a film.
I mean, no one said anything about snuggling.
Yeah, but that sounds like a perfect day to me. That sounds like a perfect
You
anniversary.
can snuggle the cat. You want to snuggle the kitty?
No. See, that's what you get.
I just chucked it.
Now there's two cats up here. This is going to go horribly wrong. Send it down. Send it down.
Dude, don't push her yet.
We can't have her up. Oh, no. That's why we can't have her up here. Because she's now pressing all the buttons.
I got kicked in the face.
She got kicked in the face. She's pressing all the buttons. I'm going to do a live subscriber check one more
Oh,
time.
for God's sake, it's not going to have changed in 2
It
seconds,
might have done.
dude.
2019 still. Come on, guys. We just need one to get to 2020. And we've hit our goal for today.
I just literally got kicked in the face by a cat.
I'm not...
She's like, poof, take that, Mum.
I do feel bad for you.
No, you don't.
You're right, I don't.
No.
You're the
See?
you're the one that's got so many cats. I'm
not even ashamed.
I know you're not ashamed. I know. But just because you're not
I've only got 4.
Tiana's excited because she gets to play Fortnite tomorrow night because she gets to play on Fridays and Saturdays.
I did have 5, so
Yeah. We had 6 at one point,
we did have 6 at one point, yeah.
but we lost 2 of them. But one of them we got with the knowledge that she was going to go within a few months. So we really got her for end of life care, didn't we?
We did, yeah.
She just needed someone to actually be with her and love her because
Yeah.
she wasn't getting that attention. And she was on the end of life, and then she became Chrissy's absolute shadow. And she'd come to me a lot as well, and we'd have cuddles and stuff like that. And she was a little bastard, once again, just like all cats are.
Yeah.
Let's face it, they are.
And then she went blind.
Then she went blind, and the decision was made that the kindest thing was to say goodbye.
Well, I still held on, didn't I, for a little while?
You did, but then in the same breath, like, I'm so torn between the idea of, putting animals to sleep. I on the one hand, I understand it's great to ease their pain, but on the other hand, I don't think their lives are ours to control. I'm a big believer in freedom and rights, and whilst I'm not a believer in animal rights, so to speak, obviously I'm like the biggest carnivore you'll ever meet. I do believe that whilst we have these animals as pets, they're not our property.
Even though they technically are.
Yeah, they're technically our property.
They are
but
technically our property.
it's like when Chrissy gets them spayed.
Yes, I do.
I don't like it. And it's not that I don't want to have. It's not that I want to have a load of kittens. I definitely don't. Right?
You don't like their choice being taken.
But I don't like their. Yeah, I don't like their autonomy being taken away,
but
and I
do you
don't think
know-
it's our right to do it.
No, but then, do you know how many cats there would be overrun, like these third world countries that are filled with
No,
cats and dogs all over the street that are starving, hungry, and you just see their bones and, they're just left for dead and stuff, and that's disgusting.
I certainly understand what you're saying, but
So it's better to prevent that, isn't it? It's like us having, we have, what's it called?
Hold on a minute.
Preventions, don't we?
Yeah.
We have preventions from pregnancies and
talking for a
stuff.
minute.
And yet in third world countries where they don't have, the pill, the injection, all the stuff that we have access to, they have, like 10 kids where half of them die and stuff. And it's just horrid. Or children having children. I would say die quietly, but he is, so. Mm-mm. No. Ooh. That is bag 14 done. Alright. Not if you're dying, I ain't. Can you guys see the cat's butt? Yeah, Ben's auntie, her cat had to have his leg amputated, and it went downhill from there.
Right, I'm good. Sorry about that. I just had some horrible pain shoot through my chest. Oh.
This kitten has been playing with a balloon all day.
That's what they do. They play with stuff. They annoy you. They get in the way. You know what? If you can do 2 more bags after this, you'd officially be halfway through the set.
Baking. Why is it so hot in here?
I think you're going to build some flooring here. I think you're going to seal this in. Oh. We haven't got any water up here, have we? No. It's fine. Tiana says, it reminds me of my cat. His leg got amputated and then it went downhill from there. Grew up with me. So my dad got himself a cat with 3 legs and he called it Wobbly. Named it Wobbly. It's still alive, I believe. I believe it's still, he hasn't had it for years, but in the place that he lives, he gave it to somebody else when he moved away, and it's still going. Well, no, it's probably dead. It's probably dead.
I think he is.
Yeah, we haven't seen him for a few years.
No.
Old tripod. Old Wobbly. He was a nice cat. And my dad got him because he was an outcast as well. And Dad felt like an outcast, and he thought they could be outcast together.
Yeah.
Which was nice. It was very nice. So, I'm going to chuck out the idea of channel memberships once again to you guys. So, we do have a membership service you can join from just 99p a month. We do have members exclusive shows where we do music, chat, things like that, and we're going to add a bit more members exclusive content as we are able to film more in the coming months when things like the theme park season ramps back up. So you can join for just 99p a month, and there will be a lot of benefits to doing that. Also, you have the ability to gift memberships to others here in the chat. So if you'd like to do that, you can of course do that. But yeah, it's there. Nobody has to use it. But all we want at the moment is 1 more subscriber for tonight. Because if we can get that, we hit our sub goal of 2020, and we are all good. And it would be so, it'd be a little thing to celebrate. whilst we build this Lego Notre Dame, the most expensive Lego architecture set going. And Chrissy is doing an absolutely stellar job of building this thing.
Thanks. Do I get a medal?
Tiana says, on TikTok, we could do a music show together, Ben. First of all, Tiana, I think you need 1,000 followers on TikTok to go live. So I've sort of cracked how to get quite a few followers a day on TikTok without really doing much. I'll tell you how to do that either later or tomorrow, but I've cracked it. So my TikTok following is slowly going up, about 30, 40 followers a day at the moment. So that's good, and I'm not really doing much to do. But second of all, the only problem that I have with the idea of a music show over the internet with another person is we're going to sound like we're singing in time, for example, to one another. If I'm singing to the recording, and you're going to sound like you're in time singing to the recording your end, but it's going to sound so drastically out of time within the recording because there's delays. So we'd have to work out or figure out how to get around that. And I'm not sure that you can. I mean, we could certainly take it in turns. That would probably be a good way to do it. But, yeah, it's something that I've been thinking about. And I've been trying to work out how to get my head around.
Don't look at me. I'm not technical.
Well, I'm telling you, I genuinely do believe it might be time to get this studio a proper computer.
Call it.
But that's going to be, if we want a proper powerful computer to do studio stuff, it's going to be a lot of money. So we need to think about that. And whilst in the meantime, we'll just continue doing this until we can't anymore.
Wait.
Have you done something wrong, dear?
No.
Are you sure?
Shut up.
You did, Ben.
Nope.
You did.
Nope.
You did something
It's not
wrong.
something wrong if you rectify it straight away.
She did something wrong.
Ah.
Ah?
But I didn't carry on building and then go, oh no. So, therefore, I think I'm doing pretty well.
You could well be.
Considering I was asleep when, 1 minute to 7.
She was. She was. She was meant to be up here at 10:02
I
for a
was?
stream start of 7 p.m.
Yeah.
It got to 1 minute to, and I was like, I'd messaged her.
Where is
you know
she?
what? I'd even logged into Facebook on my computer so that I could message her because I couldn't from my phone because it was set up as the camera.
I mean, you could have just gone downstairs.
I did come downstairs eventually.
You did eventually. Yeah.
Eventually, but I did other things first.
I thought I was in a dream as well because all I heard was like, "We're supposed to be live in 1 minute," and I'm like, "Huh? And I was just like looking at him like, "What happened?"
I did delay the stream start 10 minutes, 15 for the vertical, so that you
My
could
bad.
you could get a bit coherent. And all I said was we're having some issues. I didn't tell him.
I was like,
I didn't tell him what you did.
my bad.
I mean, we were supposed. I was giving you the out there.
No, you weren't, because as soon as we came on, you were like, so Chrissy was asleep.
I did not. I said
And I
you
was
had a
like-
nap. I did not say what time you had a nap at or anything like that.
What an arsehole.
Did not.
Anyway, I didn't mean to fall asleep. 1 minute I was watching TV with the kids, and the next minute
Whilst I'm up
I
here
was gone.
working my arse off to get a video out, which is
And then
out
I
on the
just get-
channel.
Just get shouted at like, "Oi,
Yeah, so I
you're
got
supposed to be upstairs."
I got a video out on the channel, by the way. We got a video out at the moment. We did a little bit of an experiment. So I don't think anybody's watched it. I'm not going to lie. 3 people have, and it's had one like... So we took some footage from one of the builds that I did, the Lego Knuckles set, and I sped it up, added some music to it, and there's a speed build video of the Lego Knuckles mech now on the channel. So if people could go and check that out and give it a like once the stream's done or at your own leisure, I would really appreciate it. Tiana says, it's from me, I like it. Fair enough. Fair enough. It's just a little bit of an experiment to see if that's the sort of thing people might like. Quite frankly. If not, fair enough. We don't have to do them again. But, you commented as well, did you? On YouTube or on TikTok? Let me check. There might be a comment on here. There's a comment on Crush's Coaster. I literally burst out crying. My hands were shaking so badly I couldn't hold anything for 20 minutes later. That's a comment on Crush's Coaster. Wow. Oh, on TikTok. Yeah, I've just released it on YouTube as well, Tiana. And I've just... What's happening? What's happening?
You've got an addiction, River.
What's she trying to eat?
Chocolate. I think she's trying to nick his yogurt.
The dog shouldn't eat chocolate.
No, I know, but it's
That's right, Dexter. You tell that dog.
It's the yogurt pot, and she nicks the yogurt pot. And he's like, no, River, you're not allowed chocolate. You've got an addiction. She's always trying to...
I'll tell you what
chocolate.
that dog does have an addiction
Oh,
to.
she's
Fucking coffee.
Oh, yeah, she loves coffee.
She loves coffee.
She does. Always telling her off.
Always telling her off.
Leave that coffee alone.
But, you know, I think that's a dog thing, isn't it? They do love coffee.
Yeah, quite a lot of dogs do it, yeah. I don't know why.
I mean, I'm not a dog, and I adore coffee. I do. You don't like coffee at all, do you?
No, I don't even like the smell of it.
I don't think you've ever tried it.
I have. I've tried yours. You were like, try mine. It's filled with sugar.
It was filled with sugar at the time.
And I was like, I don't like coffee. And he was like, just try it.
Absolutely loaded
So I
with
tried it
sugar.
and I was like, that's absolutely rancid.
I do love sugar.
I don't understand people that like coffee.
I tell you, sugar is probably one of my favourite things on this planet. Tiana says she loves coffee. Maybe it's just us autists that love coffee. Dexter was begging me to drink coffee earlier.
He does not like coffee.
Who, Dexter?
Yeah.
He was begging me because...
He might be begging you, but you don't like it. He's
in-home bargains, Jimmy's iced coffee, which is normally like £1.30, £1.40 a can, is 49p at the moment.
Yeah, but he doesn't like coffee.
So I got a couple of those Jimmy's iced caramel coffees from Home Bargains, and I was drinking one. Oh, it's still on the living room table. That's probably gone. You say he doesn't like coffee, but it was caramel coffee. Nothing wrong. Although I did say to Dexter, you don't need caffeine.
No.
Because he doesn't. I mean, realistically, I probably shouldn't fill myself with caffeine. But I do.
I only have 1 cup of tea a day.
I have like 2 cups of coffee at the moment. And I still put sugar in them, but not enough to affect anything. Weight still going in a negative, which is... It's a shock to me that I've stuck to it this long, I'm not going to lie. Well, I'm well over a month now, aren't I?
Yeah, you have your treat days though, don't you? Like I do. So.
Saturday.
Yeah. So I think when you've got a treat day, it helps you because you've got a goal to go, right, just a few more days and then I can have a treat.
Have a good night yourself, Julie. Enjoy the other show to which I know you're going to now.
Dun, dun, dun.
And if you are leaving us at this 9 p.m. juncture, thank you for joining us and I hope you have a good night. If you're remaining with us, we will remain. For at least a little bit. I was thinking about jumping off at 9 p.m, but nah. We've got a lot of this set to do. I mean, we're already on stream 3. And we're not even at the halfway point. It's a big set. Vision X says, how much have you finished? This is stage
15.
Stage 15 of 34, Vision X. So that's where we are, stage 15 of 34. So we're nearing the halfway point, which is, you know, you say you thought it would be bigger. It's pretty big. I mean, this vertical stream that you're seeing right now is not doing it justice. There's something wrong with the vertical stream at the moment. I've had to move stuff around for you guys to see it properly, and the canvas that I've got on my screen looks totally different to what you guys are seeing. It's really weird. But could you hit the like button, buddy? We'd appreciate that. And if you like I was saying to people earlier, you can become a channel member here from just 99 pence a month, and you can also gift memberships. And there are some member perks and exclusives, including music shows where you guys pick songs and I try and sing them badly, often for you guys. That's a member exclusive. We also have we're going to start showcasing some videos early because theme park season's coming back up, baby. Which means we'll be getting out there and making more pre-shot and nicely edited content. So lots of that will be starting to come back onto the channel. What's your news? The final what? Minecraft movie trailer. I don't think anybody wants to see it. You can't come round here. I never said the Minecraft movie was starting to look good. I think it looks dreadful, but I will go and see it.
That means that I don't have to.
I just think it looks like another soulless cash grab.
Yeah.
As well as
Dexter, your school clothes need to go in the cube, mate.
I mean, I don't. The problem with movie studios these days, and this is what I find out. I'm talking to the viewers right now, is that originality has gone out of the window. They don't make original content anymore. They don't take risks, shall we say. So someone comes up with an innovative, exciting new story and goes to a movie studio, pitches the idea. The movie studios don't spend the money required to take the chances on these projects. They may take the projects on, but what they'll then turn around and do is say, oh, this is great, but we're going to change this. And we're going to change this, and we're going to change that, and we're going to add in this character. Oh, and we want this actor, and all of a sudden, it's not the film, or it's not the TV series, or the piece of art that the person that originally created it was. It's been completely changed around. Unfortunately, the movie studios have bought it, purchased it, bastardized it. That's the first thing that they do, and it's all about money. But the second thing they do is they keep doing this shit with IP. Intellectual property. So they'll look at something like, they'll go, oh, what's popular out there? Oh, Minecraft. Okay, let's make a movie about Minecraft. Oh, let's put Jack Black in it. People love him. And
it's true, I do love Jack Black.
It's not anything that's going to be, it's not going to be a good film. It's simply a recognizable IP used to make a film that can go into cinemas and generate a shit ton of revenue. Yeah. And it will.
Yeah.
I might add.
All the kids will be like, I want to see that.
It will. And that's why Michael Bay...
Man.
That is what why Michael Bay has bought Skibbity Sodding Toilet. Right? Tiana says I'm saying that about Snow White. Well, Snow White looks dreadful, Tiana.
Yeah,
it looks... They've reshot it's Captain America all over again. They've reshot the film twice, pretty much at this point. It was supposed to be out about 2 years ago. Lisa says, evening, off the go. Oh, look, we've only got 54 seconds left on the live goal. And then it's going to fail. For the super chat. We're going to fail a goal.
Oh, well.
First of all, it was magical creatures, and then it was...
oh, yeah, that was terrible.
Then it was Snow White and her weird, junky-looking mates.
Yeah.
And we saw the footage of that being filmed, right? And now it's Snow White and the CGI dwarf. They've got rid of the junky-looking mates. They've got rid of the magical creatures.
Yeah.
And then they've got these uncanny valley, this horrifying, scary-looking CGI dwarfs.
Yeah.
And that's what they've gone with. And they could have gone with 7 actual actors with dwarfism. Had it not been for Peter Dinklage, king actor, the man that speaks for all people with dwarfism as actors, apparently, saying that Disney, would be doing a disservice to be hiring people for these roles. And I basically think he wanted the role. I think he wanted the role of... it must have been...
Jealousy.
Well, I don't know. Maybe he was worried or scared that he wouldn't be, as famous as he was anymore because somebody else might take that spotlight. I don't know. Right? Peter Dinklage is a great actor, first and foremost. So good as Tyrion Lannister in Game of Thrones. He did a good job as Bolivar Trask in X-Men Days of Future Past, and as the giant dwarf Eitri in Avengers Infinity War. Really good.
Yeah, so it was all right for him to play characters with dwarfism.
But when he turned around and he, basically lambasted Disney for the idea of possibly hiring 7 actors with dwarfism, that film was doomed. Disney bent the knee.
Disney didn't have to, though. They could have been like, are you serious?
Tiana says, I'm so excited about Final Destination. I love Jafar in live action. You know what? Aladdin...
I got so bored with Final Destination.
Aladdin was one of the Disney live action remakes that surprised me.
I loved it.
It surprised me a lot. It's far better than it should be. Put it that way. It's far better than it has any right to be.
It was Will Smith.
No, it was Mina Masood as Aladdin.
No.
He did such a great job as that character.
Will Smith, mate. I'm telling you.
But they never, that movie made bank at the box office, and yet they never made a sequel. They never made a sequel. And they should have done. They should have made a sequel. But then again, they could have either just, remade The Return of Jafar, or what they could have done is gone and done something completely original with the characters. But once again, they're so morally bankrupt at these studios that they will do the easiest thing to make a quick buck. And that's why at Disney we're seeing so many of these live action remakes, and now frickin' DreamWorks are doing it with How to Train Your Dragon. Now, the one thing I will say about that is at least How to Train Your Dragon's live action remake is being directed by the same man that directed all of the animated ones. So he knows what he's doing. He knows the story well. So at least that's happening. So is it going to be a shot-for-shot remake? Well, if you look at the trailers, it bloody looks like it.
It does, yeah.
And the problem with that is that, once again, people are just double-dipping. They're paying for the same thing again, and the studios are spending hundreds of millions of dollars to make the same thing again because it makes a quick buck. Remember that thing you like? Now it's got real people. That's basically... And people just look around and consume. Consume product. Wait for next product. And all the while people are going out and giving the money to these films. The movie studios aren't going to change course. It's going to be live action remakes and reboots all the way, baby.
God, watching that Dog Man, I tell you.
Oh, that Dog Man was dreadful.
I was dying.
And a lot of the critics actually like that film.
What?
I don't. Dog Man wasn't even the main character. The cat was the villain. It really shouldn't have been called. It should have been called Petey the Cat plus Dog Man.
Yeah.
But yeah,
it was a terrible film.
It was dreadful.
I was doing my best not to fall asleep because Dexter's one of these. After a film, he'll question you.
I didn't like the first 2/3 of Moana 2.
To make sure you watched it.
The final third of it was pretty good.
I enjoyed Moana 2. I enjoyed it.
Not a single memorable song from it though.
No,
not one.
It is what it is, Far better than friggin' Dogman.
Yeah, well, Moana 2 was never meant to be a movie.
And then you have, we saw Sonic 3, and I didn't really enjoy that.
Live action Lilo and Stitch hasn't actually come out yet, Tiana. It comes out in May.
I want to go see the new Bridget Jones, though.
Yeah, but that's not a live action remake.
I never said it was. Just saying that I want to go see it. That's all.
But, yeah, live action Lilo and Stitch comes out in May, and it doesn't have a trailer yet. They've had loads of little teasers where they're doing exactly the same. So when the first Lilo and Stitch came out, the marketing for it was really, really clever. So what they did was they got Stitch to invade other trailers and for other films, and they got Stitch to
really cool.
He'd be on movie posters, wrecking them up and stuff like that for other Disney movies. It was a really good marketing campaign. They're doing the same again for the live action one. So
yeah, if it works.
Yeah. And once again, you call it live action. Yeah, there are going to be some live action actors in it, but obviously Stitch is just a CGI creation.
Yeah, I did enjoy Wicked.
I mean, I think the most egregious...
Although, I still
this
really...
This is looking so cool.
Like...
Turn it on its side, show him.
What's her face?
Okay.
This is what we've got.
This is looking absolutely
Look at those archways.
Stunning. It really is. Yeah, it's one colour, but so is the actual... Come on, you got this. Turn it up.
I'm just trying to look.
Look down there. Yeah, look at that. How cool is this? Yeah, but once again, Wicked it's a remake, yes, but it's a remake of a Broadway show of a Wizard of Oz fan fiction. Because Wicked's not actually, canon to the lore of Wizard of Oz. It's fan fiction.
So I enjoyed Wicked a lot more than I thought I was going to. I thought that the 3 hours was way too long. But there we go. But I absolutely cannot stand what's her face.
The actress who plays. Oh, you don't like Ariana Grande, do you?
That's it, Ariana Grande. Right.
And she's only playing herself in that movie.
I tell you, I cannot stand her.
I'm surprised nobody's noticed.
But the other woman, whatever her face is, who plays the witch, is brilliant.
Yeah, she's a brilliant actress, but she's mental in real life. Absolutely mental.
Unfortunately, I did see interviews before I saw Wicked, so I did not go in with the best views.
But that woman can sing.
But that woman has got.
She can.
Yeah,
sing.
she's got a voice. She's definitely got a good voice on her.
Right,
Ariana Grande.
Are you actually done?
Ruined it for me. I wanted to slap her.
I thought you might want to do one more.
No, I don't.
Jesse says, I don't like her either, Chrissy, but the one who plays Elphaba, I love her. I don't. Yeah, but the thing is, I don't like her as a, as an actress. She's mental.
Yeah, Elphaba.
Absolutely mental.
As an actress, like as the character as well. Absolutely amazing voice.
But yeah, she can sing.
Brilliant actress.
So the woman,
but yeah,
I forget what her name is, but she's a case of separating the art from the artist. Absolutely a case of separating the art from the artist. Oh, Jeff Goldblum. I'm sorry.
I was going to say Jeff Goldblum. You can't not love him.
No, but do you know why I think? Remember, Jeff Goldblum can only play one character. Jeff Goldblum
himself. Yeah.
He can only play Jeff Goldblum. So even in Wicked, he's not playing the wizard. He's playing Jeff Goldblum pretending to be the wizard.
But you hate the character though.
I mean, Jeff Goldblum.
Which is the point, isn't it? You're supposed to hate the wizard.
Yeah, but I mean, Jeff Goldblum is like the coolest person on
Goldblum
on the planet.
Like, when I saw him, because I didn't know that he was the wizard, and so when he came out as the wizard, I was like, of course.
Oh, you hate the character, but like I say, Goldblum is like the coolest man on the planet, and even if he was the wokest person going, I wouldn't give a shit. He'd get a pass.
But I just always sit there just thinking like Jurassic Park. That's all I think when I see.
Yeah, because Jeff Goldblum can only play Jeff Goldblum.
Just like Jurassic Park.
That's it. That's the only person. It's like there are some people like Sean Bean, for example. Sean Bean only plays Sean Bean. That's the only character he can play. And
what was it we were watching the other day? We were watching a documentary or something about. I don't even remember what. Oh, I was watching it. It was about Independence Day, and it was
Goldblum playing Goldblum in
Jeff
that as well.
Goldblum, and he's really softly spoken. And then they did a number 2, which I've never seen.
A totally different character, even though he's playing the same character.
Yeah, and he speaks totally different, even though he's playing the same character. And they were like, they should have gotten Jeff Goldblum to watch his character back.
Yeah, well, but once again, Jeff Goldblum is just playing Jeff Goldblum at whatever stage of life he's in.
Yeah.
That's what he's doing.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
He's not playing the character as written on paper. He's going, you know what? Just imagine that character is Jeff Goldblum. And then he's going and doing that. That's what he's doing.
I haven't seen Independence Day 2.
It is shit.
Yeah, I have not heard good things about it.
It is dreadful.
Ow!
It's like Leonardo DiCaprio and he's only Jay Gatsby to me. And when I saw him in Romeo and Juliet, he's not Romeo. I tell you what, Leonardo DiCaprio's best role is the racist
Titanic.
landowner in Django Unchained.
Titanic.
Absolutely his best role.
Don't let go.
It's
She lets him go.
Calvin Candy.
Okay? She's like, I won't let go. And then she lets go.
Yeah, that bitch stays on the door, doesn't she?
Right. There was plenty of room on that door for 2 of them.
There was plenty of room on that goddamn door.
Plenty of room.
Plenty of room.
And then she goes on, he's dead. But no, she goes on, she has a family and whatnot. And then right at the end,
oh, I'm going to chuck it back in now.
I'm going to chuck it back into the ocean. Like, come on. Come on.
Yeah, he could have got on that damn door.
I would have shoved her off it.
Yeah, I would have done as well.
I mean, I would have been like, dude, you're engaged. What are you doing? You know?
Get off the door. You know, if you're not going to let me on and take up the space that's there for 4 more people.
Yeah, there was enough space for him.
I mean, get off the door, woman.
She's just
get off the door.
She's just like, I won't let go. And then lets him go.
Yep, she does. Lets him go. So not only is she incompetent, she's a liar. It was a weight issue, not size. The door, they'd both have drowned if they tried. Did they try?
They tried once.
They tried once.
They tried once and it flipped over. Do you remember?
So-
They tried once, it flipped over,
So
so
all
they
they
decided
needed-
we're not trying that again.
But all they needed to do was redistribute the weight.
Yeah.
That's all you need to do. Redistribute the weight. So make sure you're evenly weighted on both sides. So what you do is, woman, get off the door
hang
and
on.
then both jump back on at the same time.
You know what else, though, Leonardo could have done? I know it's going to sound grim, but they could have gotten like a couple dead bodies
Oh my god.
and then floated on them like a boat.
Oh my god.
Well, survival of the fittest here, guys.
Oh my god.
You know what I'm saying? If they're already dead, they're wearing life vests.
I married this woman.
They're floating. Use it as a boat.
You people think I'm macabre.
I'm just, if it was me, you know, that I would have done whatever it took to live.
I'm just saying.
And if they're already dead, then
That's...
see, I'm not wrong.
Maybe
am I,
she
Jesse?
isn't wrong. No, maybe she isn't.
You would do anything in your power, wouldn't you, to, you know. But yeah, no, they only tried it once, where they tried to both get on it, and it flipped over.
Yeah, it did. It did.
So then he's like, no, you get on it. I'll stay in the water and freeze to death, but as long as you're okay.
I won't let go, Jack.
And I'm sitting there
I
going,
won't let go.
it won't let go, Jack. And then
I won't.
pry your fingers off my hand
I
and
won't.
let go.
Oh, you've frozen to death, have you? You're a popsicle now, are you, Jack?
Jack,
You're a popsicle. You're a big crispy
wake
and
up,
crunchy,
Jack.
are you, Jack?
wake up, Jack.
King of the world a minute ago, weren't you? King of the world. Not anymore.
No, Jack, you did some beautiful sketches of me naked.
Hey, Jack. Draw me like one of your French girls, Jack. Draw me like one of your French girls. Hold on, Jack.
But we
Jack,
dirty dance, Jack.
I'm becoming one of your French girls,
Can't
Jack.
leave me, Jack.
Draw me like one of your French girls.
I mean, it was just terrible. God. I won't let go. That's always something that just sticks with you, though, isn't it? You're like,
Oh, no,
he
Jack.
could have survived.
And then James Cameron went and made Avatar.
He could have survived.
He's like,
Do you know what? There's another film that really gets to me, right? I think it's called The Mist.
something in the mist, baby.
The Mist?
Just gotta wait 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Don't have to murder your entire family.
Do you know what? I get so angry at the end of that movie that I'm literally screaming at the TV.
Thomas Jane murders a kid. His wife. No, it's not
Yeah.
his wife.
No, it's not his wife.
His wife's already dead.
Yeah.
So even though his wife's is dead, he murders the woman that he's fallen in love with.
Yeah, the bit on the side.
The bit,
yeah.
she becomes the bit on the side very quickly, doesn't she?
Very quickly.
And then his child and an old man.
Yeah.
And then literally 2 seconds later, the mist clears and it's all over.
And-
Didn't need
yeah,
to do it.
Along come the army and they're like, "You're right, mate."
Didn't
and he's
need to-
like, and I'm like, "Oh my gosh, you just
Didn't need to do it.
you just killed them all." Like, why didn't you just wait? If you're in a car, you're not dead yet.
Didn't need to do it.
Didn't need to happen.
Didn't need to happen.
Didn't need to happen.
Just
at
had to
all.
wait 2 minutes, Thomas Jane. He was great as a Punisher, by the way. John Bernthald's better as a Punisher, but Thomas Jane did a really good job as a Punisher. In that movie, did you ever see that Punisher movie where what's his name? The Grease guy, crazy Scientologist, flies planes.
What?
The main actor in Grease. Somebody help me out here. My mind has gone blank.
I mean, John Travolta.
John Travolta, the crazy Scientologist that has an airport in his backyard. Yes. Yes. He's the villain.
My little brother
in the
is
Punisher
named
movie.
after Danny from Greece.
Is that because your dad is secretly...
No, that's because my dad and my stepmom at the time let me and my sister pick our little brother's name. And our favourite film growing up was Grease. And so he was named Danny.
That poor boy.
So
No
he would
one-
have been Sandy if he was a girl.
It sort of explains why he is the way he is. Yeah.
That's why
It
he was called
explains
Danny.
a lot.
Because we
It explains a
were
lot.
infatuated with Grease growing up. And yeah, he was called Danny from that. So yeah, he would have been called Sandy.
You are cruel. And,
I beg to differ. I really like the name. I still like the name.
I mean, it's just extremely cruel.
Nah.
It is.
I
It
still
is.
love Grease, by the way. So, yeah, John Travolta is who you're thinking of.
I don't.
I love Grease.
I don't.
I do. I love singing at karaoke as well, but no one wants to sing it with me.
Absolute
sad.
load of shite.
Screw you, buddy. This cat is staring at my Lego like she wants to sit on it.
Meow. I don't know if they can see that though. If I go into the overhead camera, she's here.
She's literally like looking at my Lego.
She's here.
She's staring it down right now.
She
She's
is.
like, what is this? I must sit on it.
Right, before we go,
That was a big yawn.
I'm going to do one more live subscriber check.
Oh, baby.
Because I have to. Because I'm invested. Now we're still at 2019. So we've fallen one subscriber short of the goal for this evening. But it is what it is. And
Friday tomorrow, though. So, whoop, whoop. I've got to get the kids to the dentist tomorrow. But other than that...
you're picking them up early for it, aren't you?
I got to pick them up early from school, so they're happy about that. Anyway, so Dexter hasn't got to do outdoor learning tomorrow. I already spoke to his teacher. She goes, oh, well, he starts outdoor learning at 2:15. And I said, well, it's pointless him getting dressed then, isn't it? Getting changed, going out to outdoor learning, getting all muddy, and then me picking him up 15 minutes later to take him to the dentist.
Yeah, that sounds ridiculous.
So she was like, oh, he can have his award time early. I was like, oh, what a good idea.
What a good idea. What a grand idea.
Now I don't have to get his outdoor learning stuff ready either.
And speaking of grand ideas, we'll be back tomorrow night, 7 or 7:30, you decide.
Probably 7.
We'll be back tomorrow night at 7
Yeah, we'll do
PM.
7. You got to do the burgers, so...
I'll start cooking them around 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. I can't believe nobody's noticed.
I'll be home around 4.
Not one person.
Well, Lila said you look like a girl.
Yeah, not one person's noticed. Except Jessie, because she already knows, but...
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't think you look like a girl, to be fair.
I mean, I'm kind of insulted
What?
that nobody's noticed.
Because no one really cares.
But they stare at me every day.
Mind you, if I put a moustache on, they'd notice that.
But not
Maybe.
Not one of them.
Actually, they might not.
There you go, Jessie. You got it. But you already knew.
Jesse's like, I'm mentioning it, Ben. Shut up.
You already knew. She already knew.
Yes. Oh, yeah, I got home from the parents' evening. Ben's like, do you notice anything? And I looked at him. I was like, no. What? And he's like, I shaved for you. And I was like, you didn't have to do that.
She hates my facial hair.
See you later. Yeah, I hate facial hair. I'm really weird about it. I think it's because my granddad always had a beard. And so when he kissed you, it was like pubes touching your face. It's
Lovely.
like, ugh. Yeah. Gross. That's what I mean. It's gross.
I really should get most of my hair cut off before theme park season.
You can take your son with you as well.
No.
Yes.
No.
You know, Ben's naturally blonde.
I am.
And by blonde, I mean like yellow.
I am.
Lello.
My Lello hair.
My Lello hair.
You hate when Jamie shaves his off, you refuse to look at him. But
Do you?
But he's got like a ginger bush on his face then.
See, some people rock a beard, some people don't.
I can't imagine Jamie does. I'm sorry.
Ben does not look good with facial hair. And also, it's like feeling pubes. It's... Meh. No. So, that's my stance anyway. So, yeah, I do prefer it when he shaves, but it's up to him at the end of the day. It's his face.
Right, anyway. Obviously, as always, we'll play you out with the intro because I'm like that.
35%? 34%.
If
How'd
you're
that go down?
if you're on a vertical stream, we're going to say goodbye to you now. Goodbye, vertical stream.
Goodbye.
Thank you.